Hello, and thank you so much for tuning in and watching this video. I very much appreciate it, and I hope you're doing very well today. As you may know, or as you read above, I will be talking about my experience of me being vegan this past year. My 1-year vegan anniversary was this past January. Since making that transition into a vegan lifestyle, I honestly have not felt any better. I feel amazing, and I figured why not share my experience, and maybe you can feel amazing. I know not one diet is going to fit everyone and is going to help everyone, but I figured it helped me, it might help someone else, right? I don't think I'll go back to eating meat again. Honestly, at the same time, you're helping the environment and the living animals too, so it's like a win-win all around. I pretty much cut out meat and dairy cold turkey. The only thing I allowed myself to have was sunny side up eggs because I loved them. I was addicted, and I only allowed myself to have it in the morning for breakfast, and that pretty much lasted 2 weeks because at the 2-week mark I think I only had pretty much like eggs in the morning 4 times. I wouldn't have egg at all throughout the day for those 2 weeks, but at 2 weeks I was just like, I can do without it, and so I did. People may also think being a vegan is kind of a very restrictive, diet, or a very restrictive lifestyle of eating. It's like yes and no. It's like, yeah, you're not eating so many things, or it's hard to go out and try to find something to eat because there's always eggs, wheat, there's dairy in pretty much everything out there. So it can be hard, but at the same time it helped me eat less junk food. Like, I eat less processed foods, less things that have a lot of sugar in them. So to me, it's like okay, because in the end I'm still eating a whole lot more of like raw vegetables or natural whole foods, and mainly kind of organic. I eat as much organic as I can, but at the same time you don't have to buy all fruits and vegetables organic either. It wasn't always smooth sailing for me. There was times where I craved cheese because I love cheese. I mean, who doesn't? Cheese goes well with pretty much anything, just like avocados do. So that was kind of hard, and sometimes, not always, there was a handful of times where I did indulge. Like if we got pizza, I would take a bite of Lucy's pizza. He would get mad at me but I did it anyway. But that was only a handful of times, and I tried to not get myself down so much when I did indulge in eating those cheese, or sometimes I ate a few chips that had kind of milk or cheese in them, like Funyuns or some Doritos, but that was ever like a handful every time I had them. And I try not to get down on myself, because if I did, I feel like I wouldn't have made it this far, or made it even to a year of the lifestyle. So yeah, but I told myself this year I'm not going to eat any more of that. I think that last year the transition phase is kind of over, and now I'm kind of like in it full blown, and I want to get the best benefit of a full vegan lifestyle. Another thing that happened is I lost weight since I made the transition into becoming a vegan. When I first started, I think I was about 130 pounds or so, and then the lowest I ever got to was about 117, and I haven't even weighed 117 pounds since I think like high school or something like that, so that was like pretty big for me. I think I gained some weight back since then. Well, I mean, I have gained weight. I don't weigh 117 anymore, but that was mainly because I've been eating out a lot more and working out a little bit less. But I'm trying, since the new year and everything, I'm trying to get back my old habits of actually working out about like 5 times a week and actually eating raw till 4 again, because during this past year I tried eating raw till 4 for a while, and I absolutely loved it, and that was probably when I was feeling the best, or that was the highest peak of reach, when I did raw till 4. I felt amazing, and I was only allowing myself to have a cooked meal pretty much for dinner, and that was amazing for me. Another thing that has happened for me this past year has been my skin clearing up. My skin has never been this clear since like I don't even know when. Before, I used to have a lot of like little pimples on my forehead. Now not so much. If I do break out or get a pimple here and there, it's because I'm eating a lot more processed foods that have either more wheat or a lot more sugar in them, and that's pretty much the only time. And that's like, I'll get them like on my chin or on my cheek a little bit, but that's not too bad. I drink a lot more water throughout the day too, which I haven't felt better, and because of that also I feel like my digestion's a lot better. I mean, I've never really had a problem with my digestion, to be begin with, but ever since transitioning into the vegan lifestyle, I've noticed that it has gotten a lot better, and because I'm eating more raw vegetables and fruits as well, that's really helped me. Also, I've also noticed a lot less bloating, so I'm not bloated as much unless I eat, you know, more processed foods and bread. I've pretty much learned to kind of listen to my body. I pretty much pay attention of what I put on my body and inside my body, so every time I eat something, I kind of try to look at how I feel afterwards and what happens after I eat that certain food, even like half hour, an hour, 2 hours before. You know, I don't really like raw peppers. I can't eat raw peppers that much. I have to cook them down a little bit. If not, it gives me a really upset stomach and I'm kind of gassy and bloated. So that's kind of something I've realized that that has happened. I've kind of listened to myself more, so I know what my body can tolerate and what it cannot. Another thing this vegan lifestyle has helped, I feel like throughout this whole journey, I'm learning more self-love, and I think I am a little bit more compassionate. I've learned to love myself more. Now I have more compassion not only for myself but for others. Throughout this past year, I did still drink plenty of alcohol. It didn't stop me. I thought for a while that I wanted to stop, but I never actually fully stopped drinking alcohol. But recently, if you've noticed, or if you've seen my videos, I think a few videos ago for what I eat in a day, I mentioned to you guys that I was going to stop drinking alcohol for a while, which I did, but then I visited back home to the East Coast with family and friends, and I was just, you know what, I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm not going to restrict myself while I'm here, but when I get back home to San Diego, I am not going to drink alcohol. So at the moment, I am not drinking any alcohol. It's been 2 weeks already so far. I'm going to make it past the three weeks point. I don't know how long I'm not going to drink alcohol for, probably for months, but I don't think I am going to completely stop drinking alcohol or completely take it out from my diet. But at the same time, things change, so maybe later on in a year, I'll say I'm going to completely cut it out of my diet. But at the moment, I'm not drinking, maybe for a couple of months or a few months, and then I'll probably still drink maybe some wine or something here and there, but no hard liquor or anything too much. I think everything in moderation, and so that's what I'm doing with the alcohol. Also, this past year, I've lived in a household where everyone eats meat and dairy still. Honestly, it doesn't make me hate them or hate anyone who still eats meat anymore. I still treat them the same. I don't bash them. I don't hate them. I don't say anything bad to them when they eat meat or when they cook it. Just because, I mean, honestly, I was eating meat not that long ago, and if I was still eating meat, I don't want anyone to bash my lifestyle of me being vegan, and I don't bash anyone else's lifestyle either. Everyone is on a different journey. Not everyone's in the same place in life, so it's whatever to me. As long as they're healthy and happy, I feel like it's okay, and if they're making the right choices that they think is right for them, it's perfectly fine for me. So I don't hate anyone who still eats meat, just putting it out there. One thing that was hard for me, even though this has made me feel the best, there's also some times where I wasn't feeling my best and kind of down. I would say probably like eating out or going out with friends was hard, because obviously not every restaurant is vegan or has vegan options, so that was kind of hard for me. But there's also ways you can go around that by calling ahead, looking at the menu online before you go anywhere, or maybe you suggesting the place and saying, hey, can we go here, and see if there's something on the menu that everyone likes. Or just kind of going to events or anything like that. You can just either kind of, what I did was either eat ahead, so I was full throughout the whole time I was there, or bring like a water or a snack with me, or if we're doing a potluck, I would bring my own vegan food, because of course not everyone eats meat, and there's usually not a lot of vegan options where I go, because I feel like everyone around me still eats meat. I would either bring my own plate of food to eat while I was there with everyone, or bring my own plate and then enough to share, because sometimes there's people that go up to you and be like, what is that you're eating there, and then you kind of tell them about it, and if you have extra, you can have them taste it, and they'll be like, oh wow, it's so good, and then like you can talk about it, and you never know, spark a conversation about veganism, and you may inspire them, or maybe you can tell they end up eating more veggies for the rest of their life, who knows. So sometimes I do that, and that was something that I've kind of learned to get through and get past. Something throughout the whole past year, maybe my makeup. I don't wear any makeup, and I haven't worn any makeup in like 2 months, probably almost 3 at this point. And when I first transitioned, I didn't get rid of like all my makeup, and then all of a sudden I had vegan makeup and everything was all vegan. I try my hardest to now, since I made that transition, kind of get whatever, anything new that I buy, kind of be vegan or have good and no harmful chemicals in them. When I first transitioned, I did kind of get rid of most of my makeup because when I made that transition, I was also transitioning into moving from East Coast to West Coast, from Massachusetts all the way to California. So a lot was going on for me, a lot of change, and a lot of positive change. I'm not complaining. This is the happiest I've ever been, so I'm very happy and grateful. But I got rid of most of my things before coming here, so I pretty much did a full sweep. I gave away some of my stuff, I threw away some, and then I kept some because, I mean, I'm not rich, I want to be resourceful, so I kept most of the things until it was empty or until they were no good, or until I broke them, because I'm pretty clumsy most of the time. But yeah, that was pretty much it. So yeah, that was pretty much my experience in a short, kind of quick, put together way for you for this past year. It hasn't always been easy. It wasn't always smooth sailing, like I said, throughout the whole transition, but honestly, I haven't felt any better. Like I've already said, I feel amazing, a lot more energy. I kind of forgot, I haven't really gotten sick, only about with traveling, because I visited home when it was like 20 and 30 degrees, coming back over here where it's like 50 or 60. I got a little stuffy nose, and in the airplane, all those germs, but other than that, I haven't gotten sick like at all the whole year, and I feel great. So I don't think I'll ever go back to eating meat. And you know, the purpose of me being in front of this camera is to show you that it can be easy and it can be done. The meals don't have to be hard for you to be vegan, and they can be tasteful. We don't just eat salad every day. It can be fun and interesting at the same time. And if I inspire anyone with my journey to become vegan or transition into the lifestyle, great, because I want everyone in this world to be happy and healthy, because we all deserve to be happy and healthy in this world, and this world is full of abundance for everyone. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more of my content, please subscribe down below, click that red button, and thank you again so much. I love you all, and I'll see you next week. Bye.